You know, as a rabbi and teacher, I'm sure you're getting the same question. A lot of people are asking why. Why is this happening now? And I'm wondering if that's the right question to be asking.
So I suspect it's not the right question to be asking. I think that when tragedy or pain and suffering strikes, I think why is not the first question. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's any question. I think the first thing you do is you mourn. As a human being, you've been hit with something. We're meant to experience loss painfully. We cry for a reason. We cry as our way of processing things. Just even biochemically, the chemicals in tears allow us to wash pain from ourselves, and it's just a necessary part of going on. I think why is a question for much later. By much later, maybe even beyond this world. I don't know if we get the whys in this world. One response is to cry. Another response is to do. And I think that's one of the things we've been seeing here in Israel also. I mean, everyone is doing. Inside, in their sense of being, they're crying. And outside, in their sense of what they can do, they're doing. And coming together as a people in a way that's really inspiring. There's so many stories of doing, but that's a response also. But it's not a response to the question of why. It's a response to the question of this happened and how can I respond? It's not the same thing as why. But what I can do feels like a deeply satisfying answer, almost as satisfying as tears.
It's interesting, Rabbi Soloveitchik famously looks at the three-lettered word, lama, and he says you can read it as lema, for what, not why, but for what. And it's trying to move beyond in the same way that you're saying into the now what.
And sometimes the answer isn't always in the past, right? But it's what can be done with this. And what can be done with this is every bit as meaningful a response as to what caused or what happened that made this occur.
Because I think the nature of the why question when we're talking about existential life is paralyzing. It does, because it's something that you can't necessarily answer in this lifetime. And therefore moving beyond the why allows us to do something.
Yes, it actually forces us to do something, because to what says really the challenge of suffering is what will you make of it? And that's a very different kind of why, a why that is kind of empowering instead of, as you say, paralyzing.